Is a starter at 65% capacity better than the backup? All right, so I just had a conversation with a parent of a high school player, and it got me thinking about some things that we need to ask. I think that we need to explore a little bit more in football. In the NFL, it's been pretty in vogue to rotate defensive linemen, especially DNs or pass rushers, and to bring in a nickel for a strong side linebacker in certain situations. But just recently, the Chargers, for one, have started rotating inside linebackers. And they already, I think they have an 11 or 12 man rotation at D-line for 4 spots. Would it be better to rotate guys before they needed to be rotated at most positions rather than just keeping the starters in regardless of how tired they are? So I'm thinking about, like in hockey, they have these different flights that come onto the ice. They rotate frequently enough that guys don't get too tired. And in basketball, they do this a little bit. It's pretty rare for one guy to play the entire game. And what you usually see is guys' performance drops when they do have to play too much, or they start getting injured, or they have a short season because they get injured from overuse. So, I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking, well, it's very hard, I think, for high school coaches especially to develop players. They just don't have a lot of time for it. Really, development is going to be mostly done in the off season. Once the season starts, and they've already decided who their starters are, it's really hard to pay enough attention, really, to the backups to even develop them throughout the season. And that's probably, well, it's definitely an injustice to the backups. But it might also be counterproductive to their overall goal, which is performance, to win. So I'm thinking about this, and when I played, if I was in a 10-play drive on defense, by the 10th play, I was pretty worthless. It was more just survival at that point. My mind wasn't clear. My body sure wasn't working at 100%. And is a starter at 65% capacity better than the backup? If a starter gets tired after 4 plays to the extent that he's, say, below 80% his maximum capacity, would it be better to put the backup in for a couple plays to get the starter back to 100% or closer to 100%? And would that also sustain him longer and maybe reduce injuries and make him better later in the season and make the team better because there are more capable guys? But at the high school level, especially, where these kids are all still developing, it's not a matter of they've reached their potential ceiling or anything like that. These kids all have the ability to improve and improve throughout the season. Typically what happens is the season starts and nobody improves because instead of individual time where we're practicing individual skills and developing them as players, we're really just doing choreography, right? As a defensive coordinator, I know it was very difficult for me to get enough practice time to make sure everyone knew exactly where to be, when to be, how to be. And that's great, but we're not teaching the kids how to tackle, how to backpedal, how to crossover run, how to shuffle, how to do different kinds of shuffling. And we're really not teaching them much in the way of football IQ, understanding the game and the concepts and what to look for and how to be more efficient mentally in the game. So maybe there's a better approach here. I just want to know what everyone else thinks about this. Am I crazy, or should we rotate guys more and try to continue to develop players, especially backups, throughout the season? Let me know what you think.